Chapter 12. In the next moment, Mackenzie turned on her phone and tossed it at Emmanuel. Emmanuel grabbed the phone, but before he could read the information on the device, he heard Mackenzie speaking to him in an irresistible tone. "Help me expedite this project. It needs to be completed within a month." Baffled, he quickly read the content. Terrence Group requested Cloud Construction to build a large-scale, strategic warehouse. The contract involved $1 billion, and the deadline for the project was the end of the month. However, Cloud Construction informed Terrence Group 2 days ago that the project couldn't be completed in time. Confused, he asked, Terrence Group can recoup the funds and demand $50 million from Cloud Construction for breaking the contract if they can't complete the project on time. "Why are you in a hurry to get it done?" In response, Mackenzie smirked as a domineering and resolute look entered her eyes. "If this warehouse can't be completed in time, Terrence Group will suffer an obscene profit loss. It's not something $50 million can compensate for. Do you understand?" Emmanuel was stunned by that look of hers. No wonder this woman is an executive in a large corporation. She has an ambition that even a man doesn't have. Someone else would have been content earning $50 million, but she wants even more profits. I didn't believe her in the past when she said she earns $3 billion annually. But now, I think she's telling the truth. It's a shame that the money she earns goes to the company, not her pocket. Otherwise, she would be living in a mansion instead of a 200-square-foot apartment in a residential area. "You think too highly of me, Ms. Quillen." Suddenly, Emmanuel smiled. "If Terrence Group's employees in charge of this project can't solve this issue, why do you think a mere gynecologist like me can pull it off? Useless." A sigh slipped out of Mackenzie's mouth. She wouldn't have thought much of his response if other men had told her that instead. However, because he was her husband, he was a lot more special in her eyes. The project was very important, so as the CEO of Terrence Group, she couldn't just watch it fail without doing anything to save it. Of course, she had sent many to urge Cloud Construction to complete the project in time, but all returned without success. Initially, she had already accepted the fact that the project was botched. However, when she saw Emmanuel not even flinching despite suffering severe injuries, she abruptly recalled how he faced 5 thugs fearlessly and thought he was a tough nut. That was why she had unrealistic expectations about him. Wait. Emmanuel didn't feel great seeing the disappointment in Mackenzie's eyes, so he offered, "I'll help you out, but if I succeed, you must do one thing for me in return." She turned to face the slightly agitated man and grinned. "I seem to have ignited his fighting spirit by looking down on him." "What is it?" "You'll have to return home with me to meet my mother and sister as my wife," he stated firmly. "This is my best chance to pull it off. If I miss this opportunity, there's no telling how long I'll need to wait before she's willing to return home with me." As she stared at him, her expression shifted multiple times. In reality, she still hadn't acknowledged the marriage. In fact, she thought it would end at any moment, which was why she didn't want anyone else to get involved. Otherwise, things would only become more complicated in the future. However, she didn't think he would succeed, so she agreed. Upon receiving her agreement, Emmanuel released a sigh of relief. "I'm so excited. I bet Mom's worries will be eased when she sees my wife." Meanwhile, when Melanie returned home, her mother yapped at her again. Melody was a woman who played favorites as she constantly badgered her daughter to go on blind dates. Her goal was for her daughter to marry a wealthy scion, obtain his betrothal gift, and help her son marry a wife. Therefore, when Melanie told her Emmanuel had returned the $10 million, she reacted similarly to Melanie. On the other hand, Jacob was so furious that he tore some hair off his head. "How can anyone be that stupid? I'm still waiting for my future brother-in-law's betrothal gift so I can buy a house and a car. Don't worry, Mom. The company has noted my worth and promoted me to project supervisor." To prevent her mother from urging her to attend another blind date, she quickly added, Once I complete the project, I'll earn an additional 300,000 as a bonus. Maybe it'll even help me get promoted again. She was the new project supervisor at Cloud Construction. However, her knowledge of the company's upper echelons was still lacking because she had just been promoted. In reality, she was given the position because the previous supervisor quit. They were unable to handle the pressure of the job because Terrence Group kept urging them to finish the project, even though its progress kept stagnating. No one wanted the hot potato that was the project. Hence, the higher-ups offered enticing rewards to find a scapegoat. Melanie was gleeful about her promotion because she was completely unaware of all that. Upon hearing what she said, Jacob leaped in joy. Really? If she gives me her entire bonus, I'll be able to buy a decent car. Of course. In any case, you can count on me to take care of your wedding. Melanie puffed her chest with pride. You're the best, Melanie. I love you. We'll be counting on you, Melanie, said Melody. Melanie's family had a lot of hopes for her. During the night, Melanie almost couldn't sleep due to her excitement whenever she thought about how bright her future would be. When she arrived at the office the next day, she received an email from Terrence Group inviting her to a meeting at 8 that night. It would be at the cafe where she had her blind date last time. Melanie was puzzled by the location and time of the meeting. Do they know I'm a beautiful woman, so they want to use this opportunity to hit on me? Now that I think about it, it's possible. I'm aware many male employees in this company see me as their goddess. With that thought in mind, she deliberately put on heavy makeup after work. In the end, she appeared prettier than how she looked when she went on that blind date with Emmanuel. Before leaving for the cafe, she adjusted her bra until she was happy with her cleavage. She was a crafty woman, thinking if the client happened to be a somewhat influential man and she could please him, she wouldn't need to worry about maintaining her position. Who knows, if everything goes well, I might not even need to worry about money for the rest of my life. Excitedly, Melanie arrived at the cafe once again. After waiting at table 8 for 5 minutes, she felt slightly anxious because the other person hadn't arrived yet. When she raised her head after checking her watch, she had a sense of déjà vu as there was Emmanuel again, late just like last time. He then sat before her with a smile. What the heck is this situation? Stunned, Melanie gazed at him with wide eyes.